Hey guys, how you doing? It's Safety Sally out here in the woods today, and we're going to do part 2 of our safety series. The second thing I would suggest you give a shot after you're done splitting on a chopping block is limbing. And here we got a pretty good sized maple that fell down in a storm a couple months ago. We're going to limb up this tree, get it off the path, and talk about a few things that you can do to keep yourself safer when limbing. Let's get at it. Pitter patter.
Okay, so we're moving our way up the tree again. We're starting at the base, moving towards the top so we don't get any run out. There's nothing that says you can't hit it from this side. So if it's safer to hit it from this side, that's from the top of the tree down to the base, by all means do that. Here's a textbook example of a limb where I can stand in the safest position, so they say, which is on the other side of the log. In this case, I have to swing off-handed, which you should definitely learn how to do. It's of a benefit for you, especially in limbing, but in felling as well. So in this case, I'm going to be swinging off-handed. I'm in the safest position. Even if my axe skips and misses, I got a tree branch in front of me. I removed anything above me so that my axe doesn't catch and deflect. Staying on the other side here. The only concern I see about removing this one next is that if I'm swinging up and away from myself, I just need to be cautious that there's nobody else around, because you could slip and lose your axe. Other than that, there's really no issue of swinging that golfing Tiger Woods type swing. You do want to remove anything that might be in your way that'll deflect the axe. That's the main thing here. So let's get rid of this. All right, now we're ready here. Up like that. I'll probably have to put a notch in it, so I'll be swinging like this. My feet are out of the way in case it deflects and comes down there, which is a good possibility, especially if your axe isn't sharp. So you might feel more comfortable like this, and so long as you're guaranteed that axe is going to sink into the wood, you're safe there. But I would suggest backing up in case it glances. All right, now that I got that low limb out of the way, the next limb that I want to remove is this guy here, so that I can start to pick my way towards the top of the tree. Now, I hope it goes without saying at this point that you should cut your limbs as flush to the butt as possible, so that you're not wasting energy cutting it twice, cutting it here and down there. Now, if the limb's too big for you to move in one piece, you obviously have to piece it out in manageable sections. I find that it's far easier to remove the limbs that are in your way, and then if they're too big or not a manageable section for you to drag off out of your way, to just go ahead and shorten them up after they're removed from the tree, rather than trying to swing at small limbs over your head. So this one's a little bit unwieldy. Let me get rid of some of this. Just swing up and away at a 45-degree angle and you'll be just fine. On this limb here, it's kind of awkward. I can't really strike down and I can't really strike up efficiently this way. So the safest way, I think, to remove this limb is actually for me to stand on top of this log and swing off-handed. For me, that's left-handed. That's why it's so important for you and for me to learn how to swing with both hands. In this case, the safest way is going to be to stand on the tree or not to stand on the tree. That is the question. Well, it depends on your balance. I think sometimes it's safer to stand on the tree than it is to try to swing overhead. In this case, I just want to remove this branch, which is mostly busted, and I need to be able to stand on the tree to do that, unless I'm going to be hacking high overhead, which is dangerous, though sometimes necessary. The safest thing I can do here, because I don't think it's going to take much, is to choke up on my axe. Otherwise, I might bash up my handle, and I don't want to do that. We want to save out the axe as much as possible. For me to get up on top here, keep my feet out of this area, so if it deflects, I can't hit my feet, and swing offhanded. Continuing our way up the tree here, we got some smaller branches that I'm going to want to remove. And this is a good example of one where I can't really stand on the other side very effectively. I'd be in here trying to swing like this, which seems unsafer to me than simply swinging on the same side. Now, the issue is it could glance. Just stay out of the frontal zone. This is what Dudley Cook called the frontal zone. It's a very simple concept, but it will keep you safe, which is to say, this is the front of your axe. You want your legs out of that area. So let's do that on this one. I'm going to take this in two pieces. I'm going to take it up here, and then we'll remove this one. Up and away at a 45-degree angle. Takes care of that one. Now we'll get it down here. Actually, we might go up on the treetop again and swing offhanded. Frontal zone is right here, keeping my feet past that area so that if it deflects, it won't hit my feet. It's important that you vary your speed. I knew that that last hit, it had all but severed the fibers on the wood, so I wasn't swinging as hard that last time. Varying your speed will definitely keep you safer. I'm removing some of these smaller limbs, not because they need removing for me to pick up and move this limb out of the way, but because I need to see what's going on here. Sometimes it's not so clear where the limb goes and where it ends.
This tree was pretty straightforward because it was lying firmly on the ground, but if you have some bottom branches that are holding the tree up, you're going to be dealing with tension and some compression, so you're going to want to remove the top branches first. So if you remove a bottom branch and the tree twists, the top branches won't hit you. And again, this isn't meant to be a comprehensive safety video, but edge consciousness and frontal zone and accuracy are key. I just want to say that again. Accuracy is everything. But you do want to learn the offhand chopping because that's going to keep you safer. And don't be afraid to vary that head speed. Look, I'm barely hitting it, choking up on the axe, and that's going to suffice for a lot of these limbs.
Again, step and rotate your hips. We're starting to get into bigger limbs here, which means more than a couple of hits to get through it. And in order to do that, we want to be able to notch it so we're not just striking with all of our might trying to slice through it. I'll show you on this one. Again, remember, step, rotate those hips. Notch it down, slice. Very much like a felling cut. All right, guys, I got all the small branches out of the way. The path is almost clear and my job is almost done here. I will buck up a few of these larger limbs and show you guys that, but it's important to take a break as well to stay safe. When you're tired, edge consciousness starts to slip. You start to get away with things, and that's when you get hurt. So take a break, drink some water, get something to eat, and get back at it. And don't forget to look around. After all, the reason that we're out here chopping is just an excuse to get into the woods. So take a look around, see what you can see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this patch. Okay, what to do with some of these bigger guys? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You're still limbing, which is to say cutting at a 45. So our goal is to take this off in this direction, but you have to notch it because it's too big to hit in one swing. So all the safety principles apply when limbing. It's just a little bit of bucking, or I think of it more as felling, which we haven't got to yet, but it's pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can take this one off. That wasn't too good. I actually meant to hit it like that. Camera's a little bit in the way. See, I'm switching my leg position to stay out of that frontal zone. Missed again. Just stay out of that frontal zone. Actually switching hands here. I don't know if you can see that, but when I chop down, I'm chopping with my right hand. And when I swing this way, I'm swinging left-handed. Should go this time. Whoop. It'll go if your accuracy's in place. One more time, maybe. Not too good on that one. My next blow or two should sever this. So I want to make sure whichever way I'm swinging, my feet aren't in the way. For instance, if I'm swinging that way, I want my feet here. If I'm swinging this way, I want my feet there. I'm going to swing like this. You see, it backed up and hit this. If my feet were here, that could have been a problem. So that's about all we got time for, and that's about all I have to say about safety as far as limbing is concerned. To reiterate, I would just say improve your accuracy on the chopping block before you move on to these other processes. As long as you keep in mind edge consciousness and the frontal zone, limbing is a relatively safe and fun task. Edge consciousness is always keeping in mind where that edge is in relation to your body. The frontal zone is just keeping your feet out of where the axe could glance or skip to. So just visualize what could happen if the axe would miss its mark and skip, and keep your feet out of that area, and you should be safe. I also want to say that you guys almost hit the mark already. I said that if we got 100 subscribers by the end of October, I would do an axe giveaway, and I am a man of my word. So if we get to 100 by the end of October, I will do an axe giveaway. And you're close. We're at like 90 and some change right now, so hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, comment down in the doobly-doo. I know some of you are going to say Green Day sucks, and yeah, maybe that's true, but this album and Kerplunk changed my life as a young man, so it will always hold a special place in my heart, even though I don't listen anymore. So until next time, guys, stay safe and get out in the woods and have a good time.